Hello everybody, it's Mo Peltro, and today we'll be looking at some games that got me to Master 1 early season. Last season I got 6.7, but I tilted the last day because I was playing on a potato phone, so I had no connection, barely any connection, so whenever I was trying to push a bit up, I just started going down and down, and I couldn't really push back up because again, it was pretty much a potato phone and there was no way for me to push back up. But my plans for this season are to get 7k and do a classical challenge for you guys on YouTube, and I'll split it into 3 parts, and I'll play Pekka Manias for some of the parts, and I'll play Magic Archer for the remaining 4 or so. But let's get straight into the games. So we have our first game here against Chenoth. Alright, so we're in the game with Battleram, Pekka, Magic Archer, and Fireball in our starting hand, this is really a good starting hand, because the best play you can make is Battleram, Bandit, or Ghost first play. But as you can see, you couldn't make that play. I had to go Magic Archer on these Spirit Goblins, because my mind just reacted way too fast, right? I should have probably gone Battleram on them, but my mind just, just went on its own. But right here, he's punishing me for going Magic Archer opposite lane for the 2 Spirit Goblins. So I have to Ewas late on this Spirit right here so I can kill the bats too, so that I can create some sort of counter push with the Ewas getting 2 or 3 shots. He goes Goblin Gang here, so I have to Ghost on this. Then I immediately go Battleram opposite lane because I knew this was a swarmy type deck, and I had Zap in hand, so I could easily kill it without it getting too much value. So right here, I defend this Valkyrie, and then I eat the other damage on the left side, because as you can see on his tower, we took around the same amount of damage, so I was okay with eating all that damage from the counter push, because there was no way we could have taken my tower there. And you have to, like Riley said, you have to sacrifice some damage to get more damage. But right here, I just Magic Archer in the back here to try to bait out a spell, because I was really confused if he had a spell or not. As you can see, he didn't play anything, but just decided to pressure opposite lane because I spammed my Magic Archer. But Ghost and Ewas clutched up right there. He didn't really eat the Magic Archer, but he went Spirit Gobs late on it. I eat the Spirit Gobs over there, and I go Battleram here because I had Zap, right? So I can easily Zap with the Skeleton Army and try to make the Battleram connect. But as you can see, it didn't connect, but Ewas is getting so much value right here. I go Magic Archer here because I knew he was going to try to create some counter push with all of this. In the last sequence that we did, he went Goblin Gang, Skeleton Barrel. So I knew that his plan was to always create some sort of counter push. And right here, he goes arrows on Magic Archer, so I knew this was my chance to break through right here. I zap away the Skellies, and then I go Magic Archer in the middle right here, just so I could snipe away all the goblins, because Magic Archer one-shots them. And right here, Pekka sneaks through the Valkyrie and takes this tower. So all we have to do here is defend for the last 20-ish seconds, which should be easy, because just Ewas, Zap, and that's all we need. And right here, he's trying to take my tower, but as you can see, it did not work out. And that's how you defeat this Valkyrie Cycle deck? Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know what it's called, but that was a good first game. Alright, let's head into our second game here versus Alex Real, who is playing Modern Fireball Bait. I like the old version, and actually no, this one is easier to win with. Yeah, this one's easier to win against. But right here, we have Ewas, Magic Archer, Battleram, Fireball first in our starting hand. So the best play here would be to Battleram in the back after 10 seconds on waiting for them to make a play. And he didn't play anything, so I just go Battleram in the back to see what he had. And then he goes Piggies, which caught me off guard. But I go Ewas here because I wanted to save my Fireball for whatever he had to stop my Battleram. So we have to spend a few extra elixir on him. You can see we forced out the ghost from him which is pretty good because in this matchup it's key that you don't let them build up like too much of an elixir lead and too much of a like counter push. You want to always kill their troops before they start gaining counter push potential. Cause that's the reason you lose this game. If they build up like a huge counter push. Guys, sorry for the interruption there, but let's get back to the game. So let me get my thoughts together really quick. Alright. So right here, you don't want to let them build up like too big of a counter push, less than your Pekka would be overwhelmed, because they will always giant skelly on top of like whatever they're doing. But the way you really want to win this matchup is survive single elixir, right? And then like the last 30 seconds, you want to build up a big push with Bottom in the back, and then Pekka in, and then go in Pekka right from the bottom rim. Because they don't have a stun for the bottom rim, right? So the Pekka would just tank for the bottom rim and it'll just take their tower. Right here, I'm a bit aggressive because he just went giant skelly, and I wanted to get like some sort of damage before like force a double elixir hit, and he would just be able to start spamming me like crazy. So right here, the best play you can make is to try to force out as much elixir as you can from them on like your push, so that you don't have to deal with like a whole counter push of zappies and piggies, because then you would be screwed. You'd be like very screwed. I take a zap on this Mother Witch because I really do not want to counter pushing. Like I said, you should always try to kill the counter push. I just go Bandit Magic Archer for here because Magic Archer easily pierces through the piggies. So it kind of sold right here. As you can see, I'm trying to build up a big push here with Bottom in the back and then Pekka right in the front. Because like, how is he going to stop these? Right here, I just fireball on the zappies. And again, you have to fireball. You cannot just save a fireball from the piggies. Because again, he mirrored them, so I was like, alright, I can fireball these. Right here, I got Magic Archer Snipe on this giant skelly. Because, he literally just gave me a free Archer Snipe, so why did I not take it? There's 7 seconds left here, so I just have to survive a little bit, and boom, I won the game. So again, this matchup is key that you go Bottom in the back and Pekka in the front, so that they can't kill your Bottom or stun it. And you have to fireballs with zappies too, so they have to mirror it. So they can't just go mirror piggies on the counter push. So this game against Doragut 2003, I didn't know he had E-Barbs. I thought he had Valkyrie, so I spammed like 8 elixir maybe into it, and that's how I lost. But let's get into the game here versus Lumberloon Freeze. Okay, here we have our first game. Our first game. We have the game against LP Team NZ, who was playing Lumberloon Freeze, one of the most skillful decks in the game. I highly respect this deck. If you can't tell, I'm being very sarcastic. I don't like this deck at all. But, it's a deck. But anyway, he goes Bowler here. Again, Ghost, Bandit, or Boundary on first play in the back. He goes Bowler, so I just Bandit on here. I go Boundary opposite lane to, probably build out some elixir. Because the Bowler would be like the best situation that he would have to try to counter my Boundary. So it was good to try to force out extra elixir opposite lane. So right here, I go Ewiz, and then I try to go Pekka in front here, but as you can see, it did not work out. But right here, he had nothing. He had nothing for my Pekka, because he just used Inferno Dragon, right? So again, you want to try to kill the counter push as much as possible, so that they don't just freeze on you, and you're basically dead. Again, Magic Archer easily takes care of the Electro Dragon, so it doesn't go Electro Dragon, Balloon Freeze on me, and my whole tower is gone. But right here, you try to predict me going Battle Rim opposite lane, which, look at what the prediction ended for him. And I can easily go Ghost on this Bowler for a +2 trade. The best play you can always make on the Bowler is to go Ghost or Bandit on it, so you can get a +2 trade either way. Right here, I go Ewiz on top here. just so I can easily counter the Inferno Dragon and Balloon. And I didn't want him to freeze, so I pressured opposite lane with the Bandit just so I could force out Elixir from him. As you can see, it forced out the Lumberjack, so now you can freeze and take my whole tower. Again, you just have to keep up the pressure to the point where they can't defend. And then right here, I take a Zap because I wanted to make sure I took his tower and to not let there be any funny business happening. Again, right here, it's pretty simple. You just have to survive for 40 seconds without having both of our towers gone. But I go Ghost again. You always want the +2 trade. Never possible. Then I go Bandit to counter the Bowler and Inferno Dragon. And I go Magic Archer in the middle to try to snipe everything. Like I said, I don't know if I said this before, but you should always try to Magic Archer and like these 2 towers right here where the King Tower is, because it can take care of both the lanes, which you just gets it as much value as possible. And right here, I just go Pekka just to be safe. Just so no fishy business was happening. And that is how you beat Lumberloon Freaks. I feel like this matchup can go either one way. You can either beat them really good, easily, or you can struggle very hard against them. But the best you could do is to kill all their counter push so that they don't freeze. If they have a Electric Dragon, you should always try to Magic Archer snipe in the middle so that they can't go Electric Dragon, Balloon, Lumberjack, freeze on you, and you're dead. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm at 20%. I'm always at 20% when recording. That's funny, but anyway, we're here in the game versus Golem. I thought this was Graveyard at first because of the Bar Barrel and Tombstone, but you can see it's Golem. Anyway, the Tombstone is gone now, so I know I'm able to go Battle Ram opposite lane, and I Pekka in front here because he went Baby Dragon right, so my best play here was to Pekka. I was going to zap that Fisherman right, but then I saw he had a Night Witch, so if I had zapped that Fisherman, I would have been royally screwed. So I just went Magic Archer instead to clean up the Night Witch and to clean up the Tombstone. See, as you can see right here, he barely had any elixir, so I was able to create this small counter push, which took, I'm not really sure, 1,500-ish damage or so, somewhere around there. But as you can see, we're even elixir, and if they make a play with Tombstone and you kill it right, you should always go Battle Ram in the back just to try to bail some extra elixir. But again, as you can see right here, I went Ghost to pressure opposite lane because Ghost can take around half the tower. If he didn't have King Tower activated, Ghost are taking the tower. So if they go Golem in the back, you should always try to build it a light push. So right here, I was waiting to play my Pekka because I knew he had Fisherman right. So I went Battle Ram right there to get the Fisherman away. And as you can see, my Pekka surviving pretty well. Then I take a Zap right here, just so the Fisherman wouldn't pull my Pekka, and the Golemites would get infinite value. So right here, I'm trying to create the biggest counter push I can. I mean, not the biggest, but the best counter push I can possibly think of. You can see he already has Golem back in hand, so this counter push was kind of useless, to be honest. But Pekka gets 3 shots on the Golem, which is key to me. And then he lets my Bandit go right here. So I just go Pekka in front. Then he lightnings, right? So I'm alright, this tower is basically screwed. You have to be able to realize sometimes that your tower is basically screwed sometimes. So I go Battle Ram in the back here and Ghost. I'm trying to build up a big push here, is what basically I'm trying to do. He goes Tombstone, but I have Zap in hand for it. So that was really good. I take a Fireball here on the Night Witch and the Baby Dragon. Again, the best play here is to go Battle Ram. And then he went Golem in the back, right? So I can just Pekka here. Because that's just 8 elixir wasted. He just wasted a total of 8 elixir. So how is he going to defend this push? Right? How is he going to defend here? Again, the best play you can always make is to just, if they do a play like that, it should just go Battle Ram and Pekka in front. Because there is no way for them to support the Golem without you taking their tower. I mean, if they're able to defend, you're doing something wrong, to be honest. Because there should be no way they should be able to defend if they threw 8 elixir down and you pressured opposite lane with 4 and 8, 7 elixir. Heck is an 8 elixir. Okay, we're in the final match here versus... Oh, I didn't look at it. A Japanese guy. I don't know how to say that. But he's playing Giant Skelly, Bowler, Firecracker, Executioner. That's an interesting deck. I remember playing this. But anyway, we go Bend in the back. Because if you have Bend and Ghost in your hand, right? So just go Bend in the back. Because Ghost is better for splash damage. Right? So if you go Bend in the back and you go Skeleton Army opposite lane, it's really not ideal for you. So you should just go... If you have Ghost and Bend in hand, just go. Just go Bandit. Yeah, first play. I go Pekka here because I thought I could like kill his entire counter push. And you can see how well that ended up for me. I take a zap on this Firecracker just so I would take no shots from him. But again, he's up by 3 elixir. Which I go batter. I fireball this Magic Orchard, right? But then I missed the tower. I basically fat fingered this fireball. And then he punished me with piggies, which is well played on his end. So I have to go Bandit and Ghost. And right here, I make a misplay, right? I go batter him with this Bandit. I go batter him after he, wait, I don't go oh. I thought I made a misplay. Alright. I'm doing good right now. But I go batter him opposite lane, to which he Mega Knights on. As you can see, I was shocked. I was in disbelief. Absolute disbelief that he had Mega Knight in this deck. But again, I just let him have the right side tower. Because I knew I could come back. As you can see, we have damage on both sides. Fairly even. So I knew it was possible for me to come back. I go Bandit on this Firecracker to kill as fast as possible. Because what they want to do with this deck is to protect their Firecracker so you can get as much value as possible. Right here, I'm pressuring both lanes because I have to take a tower. I have to take a tower here, or I am royally screwed. Like, I am very royally screwed if I don't take a tower here. Again, he just goes Mega Knight on top. I go fire Magic Archer here, which was a big misplay on my end. But I have to go Bandit. I have to fireball zap this here, right? Because there was 28 seconds. And there was no way for me to defend. There was no way possible for me to defend the piggies. So I was just kind of scared. But he went Giant Skelly. So I could easily use Magic Archer and protect it with a Bandit to easily take out his entire tower. And I fireball here because I got scared, but I didn't need a fireball. I could just fireball the tower, but I just take a zap Ghost on this tower. Right here, my King Tower is dangerously close to dying, so I have to be really careful here to not let it connect. And I just go fireball on the tower, and that's how you win this game. It's okay to take some damage if you're like, okay, I can get back the 2 towers. But that is how I got 6.1k early season. And if you guys liked the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And the next video will be pushing to Master 3. Watch out for it. It's going to be this weekend. And thank you all for watching.